A study claimed that fasting or eating fewer calories raises the risk of death from heart disease by 91%. This caused a lot of concern among people who follow such diets. However, we should doubt this study. Observation, which people generally see as unreliable, forms the basis. This is especially true for nutrition. Researchers conducted the study using the National Health and Nutrition Examination Survey, NHANES. Researchers give NHANES to 5,000 people yearly to learn about their eating and dietary habits. The data came from NHANES. It was then linked to a separate database of deaths run by the CDC. Such databases can help scientists choose the direction of better research. But the answers they give are not always reliable. One issue is that survey respondents are not always honest. They may also misremember what they've eaten. Also, people on a diet might be different from those who are not. We cannot measure the differences. For example, people on time-restricted diets may worry about their health. Their bodies may work differently than those who cannot fast that long. To counteract these possibilities, researchers try to control for known risk factors. These factors include body weight and sex, gender, or age. But the issue is that researchers can only control for factors they can identify. So, we should be careful. We shouldn't believe claims made by observational research. This is especially true for nutrition. This study is still in its early stages. It has not been rigorously reviewed. So before you make big diet changes, it's good to consult a doctor. They can give you personalized advice based on your health needs and goals. There was a popular belief that red wine could prevent heart attacks. This belief came from the French paradox. It's the observation that Parisians eat a high-fat diet but have a low risk of heart disease. Researchers believed that red wine might be responsible for this apparent protection. However, over time, it became clear that the evidence for this idea was shaky at best. Some researchers suggested that red wine's apparent benefit was due to a fact. Moderate drinkers tended to be healthier than non-drinkers. Researchers needed to run a masked trial to know if red wine was beneficial. In the trial, participants were randomly assigned to drink red wine or not. They did not know which group they were in. Similar stories abound in the world of nutrition research. For example, it was once thought that Inuit people had a lower risk of heart disease because they ate a lot of fish. This led to many studies and trials. They looked at the effects of fish oil supplements on heart health. But these studies yielded mixed results. When was a prescription form of pure fish oil created? Then, researchers saw consistent benefits. Today, the field of nutrition research is still full of unknowns. A recent study on time-restricted eating suggests it may aid weight loss and health. However, experts caution that we need more research. We must do this before we can definitively tell if this is true. The lesson of these stories is that science is an ongoing process of learning and discovery. Each study builds our understanding of the world. But no one study can tell us everything. We continue to explore nutrition and health. It's important to remain open-minded, curious, and skeptical. We must be willing to change our beliefs based on new evidence. Intermittent fasting is a meal timing schedule. It cycles between voluntary fasting, or eating less, and eating. Intermittent fasting methods include alternate day fasting and periodic fasting. An example of periodic fasting is the 5-2 diet. There is also daily time-restricted eating. Studies have examined intermittent fasting to determine whether it can reduce the risk of diet-related diseases like metabolic syndrome. A 2019 review concluded that intermittent fasting may help with obesity, insulin resistance, dyslipidemia, hypertension, and inflammation. There is preliminary evidence that it is generally safe. the harmful effects of intermittent fasting have not been well studied. This has led some academics to say it is a risky diet fad. The U.S. National Institute on Aging says there is not enough evidence. They can't recommend intermittent fasting. They suggest speaking to a healthcare provider about its benefits and risks. They should do this before making big changes to eating. Fasting is in many religions, including Buddhism, Christianity, Hinduism, Islam, Jainism, and Judaism.